Hey guys, happy Tube Tuesday. It's me, Moon Pies, brought to you by netstories.com, and I have 11 things for you to do the moment you upload your video. Now, this list is not mine. It's a checklist that's provided by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy, as some of you might know, is a very popular plugin. It's a browser plugin that works with YouTube. And it's not one of these get a lot of views and one of these scammy type of plugins. It's a plugin where you actually go in there and it helps you find tags. And there's a free version of it which gives you suggested tags for about 5. You can actually pay and unlock a lot of other things in it. First, you have more than 5 options, and it has like search, so it searches the search results, so you're actually seeing what people are looking for within certain stuff, the frequency of stuff, so you can better target your tags, and a lot of other things. Just a lot of neat little tricks in TubeBuddy, and I'll probably give them their due eventually. But for right now, let's go over 11 things that, according to this checklist, you should do. Number 1, your title of your video. Make it between 20 and 75 characters. 20 and 70 characters, sorry. Now, of course, you have up to 100 characters. And I see a lot of videos up there that have maybe just 4, 5, 6 letters, just a real short title, thinking that that's it. No, you have space. And of course, they say not to use all 100 because when it gets past 70, people can't really read that far. They won't read that far. But below 20, you're not giving enough information. If you think about the title, your title is actually your most important tag. It's the easiest thing that a search engine, the YouTube search engine, is going to find your video based on what you're calling it. And of course, if you're picking a very popular title, you're going to rank pretty much near the bottom initially, especially people that are putting their tag inside that title. But whatever you're trying to get across in your video, make it part of your title. Very important for people to see it and for YouTube to say, hey, it's important to this person, so it matters to me. Number 2, get a like on Facebook. Now, Facebook, as I've said before, is a social tool with 2 billion people, and despite all the data and Zuckerberg on trial and all these things happening, it's still popular, and it's still a great place if you do belong to Facebook, and you probably still do if there's 2 billion of you out there still on it. Share your video there, there in appropriate groups. Get a like on Facebook, then the other people, once someone likes your video on Facebook, once you post about it, someone likes it, then their friends see it, and it's this whole viral thing that people will find your video that way. So that's Facebook. Twitter, share on Twitter. That's a third item. Also, just like Facebook, share your stuff on Twitter. As people see it, you'll broadcast. And in Twitter, you actually have an ability to look in there and you see your impressions, which is how many people have seen your video, your tweet, and beyond your tweet, other people that may share it or like it and stuff like that, they populate it in their feed. So it's a very important tool. Twitter, Facebook, 2 of the 3 so far. Number 4, add info cards. Now, info cards is replaced what the annotations used to be way back when. We used to have like write little crummy little fonts, little things all over the screen. If you look at some of my older videos, some of them still have it because I've left it up for nostalgia's sake. But cards are more productive. First of all, they appear not just on computers, they appear on mobile and tablets and all these other TVs and all these other devices that the original annotations had not populated. And also, it's a way that you can link to, first of all, have it linked to yourself, to subscribe to yourself. You have relevant video. If you're talking about a video, poof, you can info cards with a card. You can actually have the video pop right there. They can click on it and go to it. It's a lot simpler, easier, and it's easier on the eyes than the old annotations, and very flexible. You can link to other playlists and videos and other people's channels too, and your own website. Important too, if you think about it, you can do that as well. Beyond info cards, then you have number 5 is add an end screen. Now, an end screen is a lot like the info cards, except once you start doing an end cards, it shows up in the last 20 seconds of your video. And technically, you don't have to live by that. You can start a little later, you can start a little earlier, but that's the default when you go to the end cards option. The purpose of end cards is like, I'm done with the video, this is it, and oh, boom, here's some other things you can check out. And there you can pick out whether it's your best video or your latest video or your specific video, or you can have them let YouTube decide which of your videos the person watching this is likely to click on next by using that option. You can use other channels, promote your own channel to subscribe button. A lot of different options, and they all show up in the last 20 seconds, which is why a lot of times now you're seeing people when they're making their videos, their last 15, 20 seconds aren't really material. They're sort of just giving up space, killing space until they can put those up there at the end. Again, it's a cool tool and a nice way that someone's finished it. You've won them over. All right, what do I do next? Oh, look, all these other options. I think you could put up to 4 of those end cards at the end. So that's 5. Number 6, upload a high-res thumbnail. And this is pretty important because for the most part, if you're letting YouTube decide, they're going to pick a video where you're like, and maybe that doesn't work. Let's see if that winds up being my thumbnail randomly that YouTube decides. They give you 3 choices. But, of course, a lot of YouTubers can upload their own thumbnail. And you can pick one from within your video. I know TubeBuddy, again, plug in TubeBuddy because it's a checklist. They have a thumbnail creator tool that you can actually watch your video, pick a spot, and then that could be your thumbnail instead of letting the 3 choices come up there. But you can also take any photo relative to what you're doing and either do something with Photoshop in it, or go to something like PicFont, which is what I tend to use, picfont.com, PICFONT.com, and just put it in there, and then you can just have a headline, some kind of title graphic that pops on your thumbnail, which to me, and first of all, I like PicFont because they don't put like their logo or anything on it, and it's completely free. There are plenty of other apps also there too, and it's whatever works for you. You want to put a thumbnail that makes people think, I want to click on that, not just you in the middle of like eyes closed, mouth open, something like that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. No, we're up to 7. Add it to a playlist. Now you can create your own playlist, and if all your videos are the same, it doesn't matter. Create that playlist. I should have a Tube Tuesday playlist, but instead I have a Making Money Online playlist that I add all my Tube Tuesday videos. To me, it's the catch-all, the repository. So if you want to avoid all my top 8 videos and all my stuff about theme parks or just general videos about them doing other stuff, you just go to that playlist and boom, that's everything I've done that's Tube Tuesday-ish as far as getting you noticed online and helping you stand out on YouTube and getting paid. Number 8 is, of course, pin a comment, which is something I don't do, and I'll admit I don't do it, and I probably should, especially if you have a video that's gaining traction. You can actually pin a comment so that it'll appear at the very top of your video. And most of the time it should be your own video. But if someone happens to make like an amazing comment, you can pin that comment and give that person some props. Either way, you should be interacting and engaging with your comments, something that I know I have to get better about in 2018. But pin a comment, your own comment, and if the video's brand new, just write a comment and pin that. It'll give people an inspiration. Oh, there's a comment section. Oh, someone's already posted something. Oh, it's the creator, but hey, maybe I'll post something too. Because no one wants to be the only person at a party, and when they see that blank comment box with no comments under it, they sometimes just avoid it, thinking that, oh, this person's not going to approve comments or something like that. Number 9, add more tags. The tags are important, and YouTube gives you up to 500 characters. That's a lot of room to dream out loud. And again, you're going to want to repeat what you have in your title. Maybe your title, the keyword. Keyword is, if you're going to go to YouTube and you want to define what your video is about, what would you punch into the search box of YouTube? And if it's if it's how to breed turtles, I've never done a turtle breeding video, and maybe I'm not curious about it, but I would put how to mate turtles, how to breed turtles, turtle breeding, turtle mating, turtle breeding issues, and help to breed turtles. These things that I'm just train of thought stuff is what I would probably be punching into the search box. Use that in the entire phrase and use it as one of your tags. And of course, with tags, since it's 500 characters. You can't just have a bunch of really long tags. You really want to have short ones and long ones. But mostly, you want to get what someone's looking for your video would look for. And you can use up to 500. There's no penalty. It's not as if you have just one tag. It'll get noticed more than if you had 12 tags. They all get noticed equally in the eyes of Google and in the eyes of YouTube. So you may as well maximize that. Number 10, add tags to your title. And basically, I sort of touched on this earlier, but you want your title of your video, that 20 to 70 character, 20 to 70 letters and spaces, all that 20 to 70, be part of what would be a tag, what someone would be looking for. So back to the turtle breeding thing, I don't know why I brought this up. It would be turtle breeding basics or help breeding turtles or I can't breed turtles. Anything that someone would punch in the box, make that your title. So the actual tag as a title works. And finally, and number 11 is add captions. And of course, with captions, I'm not talking about the old annotations that you can no longer really do once you start going with the end card route and the info cards and the cards route, which is so much better. But if you do have a case where you have the time and you think you have a video that's going to gain traction, go in there and actually create the closed caption, which is done for hearing impaired people. But it's not just anymore about reaching the hearing impaired, which is awesome for them because they want to know what your video is about and they're only going to watch stuff with closed caption. But this is 2018. The past couple of years, I know that I've watched I don't know how many Facebook videos, and I am somewhere where I do not have a headphone and I don't want to hear anything. So I have my sound off on the computer for the most part, and my laptop and my phone. So I'm watching a video. It's a lot easier when there's those little scrolls that you're getting little feeds and stuff that this is what's happening. I don't need to physically be listening to the volume because maybe I'm engaged in something else. Maybe I'm at work. Maybe I'm somewhere where it's just not appropriate to be listening to something. Maybe I'm having a conversation with a very boring person and I just want to make eye contact, nod my head as I'm watching something else on my screen. No, I wouldn't do that. That's a mean person thing. But either way, you definitely want to, if you can, take the time and the effort to create captions. That way you can put descriptive text of what's actually being said in your video, so if someone's watching with the volume off, they can see it. It's also a neat way to put in little notes. I just recently put up a video on menu prices for a new Disney World restaurant that's opening up in June. And I just uploaded and I said, crap, I promised prices. And I was going to write it in, and I realized the annotations feature no longer works. I had to go back and re-upload it by actually editing the prices within the actual artwork the graphics that I was using. But in a sense, you could also do that with closed caption. You could change things that change over time. So if I'm making a video and something's no longer true, I can actually have a closed caption clarifying that, sort of like a footnote in real time. Even though it's not technically a closed caption, it is informational footnote. So that's it. That is, and again, that's by TubeBuddy. Look up TubeBuddy. I don't think you could put TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy, in a search engine, and it'll get you to their web address, whatever it is right now. A really cool tool that you can actually just plug in, and once you open up YouTube, you see the little TB. It stands for TubeBuddy, not tuberculosis or whatever TB, Tom Brady, whatever TB might stand for. It stands for, it's right there, and you can click on it, and a lot of cool stuff. Neat tools for free. It has a lot of great tools, but if you're willing to pay for the premium version, which I did earlier this year, it unlocks a lot of cool stuff. But again, I'll have a review on that later, but I just wanted to thank them for this checklist that I'm able to elaborate on, because these are points that I've been making all over the years. I think each of these 11 things, pretty much more or less, maybe one or two I've never said before, are all part of my broader strategy to get your video noticed. And these are things that get noticed right away. Once you upload the video, TubeBuddy has that little checklist for you to check off, and it checks to see if you've done some of these. Some of these you have to manually check off. But it is a great way to just, in your mind, even if you're not a TubeBuddy person, you know what to do. You can do it. So that's it. This is Moon Pies Tube Tuesday. I'll see you next week. Bye.